Good evening, love. How are you all doing tonight? I am Khadijah Davenport. I am the CEO and founder of Ladies of Victory. Hey, Sheila. Welcome to our book chat. How are you guys doing? Why don't you comment and check in to let me know who's there and what you guys are up to tonight? We are talking about this book here. This book is called The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. We are finishing up with part 4 today and concluding this book that we have been reading all month long. We have had such wonderful chats with this book for the past month. Even if you have not read the book, you are so welcome to join us with this chat tonight. So let's go, ladies. We're going to get ready to get started so we can conclude with part 4 tonight. Hey, Pebbles, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you guys are just joining, we are doing our book chat. We're finishing up this book here. But next month, we're going to be doing this book. Oh, boy. When Women Pray by T.D. Jakes. What a wonderful book to celebrate the month of motherhood, right? And all of our wonderful women of the world. We're going to start talking about this book, but we're going to change our chatting time to Tuesdays at 9 instead of Mondays, so we can enjoy that day off, right? All right, well, let's go, ladies. Let's get started with the first questions. We're going to just post the questions and get to answer them. First question. Why are we called to serve? Oh boy, let's get some of these answers out. Why are we called to serve? What is serving? What does that mean? I need you guys to comment and give me some answers. We're going to try and get through all of these questions in the 30 minutes that we have for this book chat, because we do not believe in wasting time or having idle time. So can anybody answer that question? Why are we called to serve? If we don't get any responses, we're just going to keep going. I can answer the question, but I want you guys to answer the question. Anyone that's out there that sees this question and would like to answer, please hop in, chime on. Why are we called to serve? Why is it important for us to serve? Oh, because it helps to change us and makes us like Jesus. Yes. Serving helps you. Serving is the greatest honor to God. Yes. Thank you, Juan. Thanks for joining. Any other responses? We are all a part of God's kingdom, and everyone has a role and responsibility to the kingdom. Yes, and serving is part of that role and that responsibility. One of the questions that was posed before is, can you choose who you serve? That's a question I'm throwing out there, but we'll get to question number 2 and we'll come back to that. Can you choose who you are to serve? Nope. Exactly, Shantae. Nope. You can't choose who you are supposed to serve. Hey, Cree, thank you. Did you guys hear that wonderful jingle that we had at the beginning? That was brought to you by Be Creative Music. For all your jingle needs, call Be Creative and they will deliver it just for you. Hey, Mark, how are you? Nope, we can't choose who we're going to serve. We absolutely cannot. Absolutely not. Have you taken the time to discover your spiritual gifts? Oh boy. Have you taken the time to discover your spiritual gifts? Does everybody know what their spiritual gifts are? Have you taken the time to discover your spiritual gifts? That's a good question. Have you taken the time to discover your spiritual gifts? Oh boy. Anybody? This is supposed to be a chat. So you respond, answer the questions. If you don't know, you just don't know. But put some comments out there, put some questions, put some answers out there so that I can see who's aboard. That is a great question, love. Have you taken the time to discover your spiritual gifts? Absolutely. Have I taken the time to discover my spiritual gifts? Yes. What do you do? How do you know? What are they? Yes, I'm still working on that. Yes. We all are a work in progress. Taking the time to discover them, and the test we took revealed it too. One of mine is to administrate. A spiritual skills assessment, I believe, is what we did with all of our leaders to see where they are at. Nope, haven't taken the time. Well, how do you know what you're supposed to be doing, or if you're in alignment, or if you're walking according to your purpose and will, if you haven't taken the opportunity to figure out what your spiritual gifts were? We all have them. Yes, I know that God is constantly showing me gifts that I have and that I'm developing. Absolutely. We are all a work in progress. Absolutely. Some have stronger gifts than others, but we all have gifts. Oh my, no, but working on it. Every leader should be able to tell us here what their spiritual gifts are, because everybody took the spiritual gifts assessment. We all took it. And you should know by now, especially if you've been in leadership more than 30 days, you should kind of be on a path. And if you don't know, then that's something that you reach out to your leadership team to find out. A long list: music, ministry, hospitality, prayer, encouragement, words of encouragement. Let's go to the next question. Thank you guys for joining. How can your pain help others? Oh boy. Bam. Boom. Psh. That should be a Batman comic right there. How can your pain help others? Well, I guess it depends on the person, and it depends on what you do with that pain. If you dwell in the pain and you complain about the pain and you keep sitting in it, then it can't help others, because then they just see you as a sore person, or they just see you as a thorn and not someone they can go to. But if you've been able to work through that pain, if you've been able to be processed through the pain, if you've been able to see the light through the pain, and you're on the other side and you can bring somebody over, that's a whole different ball game. But if you're still dwelling in it and you still working out, you still working where I got to work through this person, this, you're always offended, you're always upset, you're always on an emotional roller coaster, then you haven't been able to work through that. And it's hard for you to help somebody. You can, but it's hard for you to help someone if you haven't been processed through your pain. And believe me, there's different levels of pain that we all have endured. And it doesn't stop because you accomplish one level. There's other and multiple levels. So you have to be willing to be processed through each level so that you can be able to help different people on different levels. Sharing experiences on which I've overcame can help others. Absolutely. It sure can. Would anybody else like to share what I really enjoy? What do I really enjoy doing the most? What do you really enjoy doing the most? Well, I guess it's a question not to me, but to everybody else. So what do you enjoy doing the most? Everybody knows I enjoy helping to the best of my ability. I enjoy helping. I enjoy seeing people grow. I enjoy pushing people to be the best you that they can be. That is the greatest gift for me, to see the fruit. The fruit. Sharing a testimony of an obstacle that you have accomplished may help someone else pass the test. Absolutely. If that's your ministry and that's what you're supposed to do, because that could be an enabling ability as well. Right? Yeah. Acts of service unto others. Absolutely. One of the things that we talked about, traveling. Yes, I do like traveling. Networking. Yes, very good. What other things do you like to do? Natural helper. Absolutely. These are great comments, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Helping others. Yes, absolutely. Making people happy. Smiles. Very good, Cree. Thank you. We have any others? What do you enjoy doing the most? Blessings. Hey, Don. How you doing tonight? Thank you for hopping on. One of the things, making money. You enjoy doing that the most? Oh, boy. All right, Cree. One of the things I can say I like to do the most with people that I love and love me is making memories and having memories That's what's most important to me with people that I love and that love me, is making those memories, having that time, spending those special moments, doing those things. It's not about how much money you have or what you don't have. It's about the memories that you make with the people that you love and the people that love you. So that's important to me. Next question. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining. Hey, hey, hey. How is a real servant supposed to act? How is a real servant supposed to act? I'd like to hear you guys' responses to this. How is a real servant supposed to act? How is a real servant supposed to act? One of the questions I asked earlier was, can you choose who you serve? Some people think they can. With humility, yes. With love, compassion, reflection of the church. We're not going to limit it to the church, because a servant cannot be a person in church either. Just like servers that you go to the restaurant, people that serve you no matter what, whether they're in the church or not. How is a real servant supposed to act? Because I've seen people treat me better outside of church than they treated me in church. Just talking for real. So how is a real servant supposed to act? Humility. Real servants should serve with a sense of humility and have obedience, not for accolades or to be seen. Absolutely. Absolutely. And there should be a spirit of excellence, right? There should be meekness. There should be kindness and love. The fruits of the Spirit should be evident in your service. The fruits, temperance, right? Long suffering, joy, meekness, love. There's 9 of them. Absolutely. They should be there. Absolutely. Trustworthy. But there's some other characteristics of a servant and how they're supposed to act. Slow to anger. Watching your mouth, your body language, your eyes. You can't have a poker face and be a great servant, right? People have to be able to feel you and your presence. How is a servant supposed to act? They can't be double-minded and double-faced, where you act one way when you're around certain people and you act another way around other people. And you can't operate and respect a person either. You treat certain people a different way than you treat others. You treat people that have more money differently than you treat people that don't have money. You treat people that dress a certain way different than people that don't maybe dress a certain way, or someone that drives a certain car, you treat them different. Absolutely not. You have to serve because that's what's in your heart to do, is serve. And it cannot be for accolades. Hey, Auntie Diane, can't be for accolades. It can't be for recognition. Sometimes servants don't even get recognized for the greatness that they do, because that's not what they need. We all want to be appreciated, but we don't have to always be put on a pedestal as a servant, right? Very good question. Next question. Kindness, faithful. Absolutely. Trustworthy, obedience, love, knowledge, and more driving. L.O.V. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to smile back. Okay. Love. And love is the most important of them all. That is the most wonderful gift you can have, is love. How are you handling the resources God has entrusted to you? Oh, boy. We're talking about liquid resources, talking about human resources. How are you handling the resources God has entrusted to you? Ooh-wee. Not spending frivolously, not doing the things you're not supposed to do. Like the stimulus checks maybe we're talking about. What did you do with your stimmy? Did you invest? Did you pay your bills? Did you tithe? Did you give an offering? Did you sow a seed up? Because a lot of times we get money and we're blessed, and that's a resource, correct? And we don't do what we're supposed to do. How many of you guys got new TVs or got a new car or did something that wasn't an investment for your future? How many of you sewed up? Not just tithe, but you sewed up to people. How many of you guys did that? How many people paid their bills? The bills that the stimulus is supposed to pay for? How many people did that? That's resource, right? That's financial resources. What about your leaders and your leadership? Did you sow up to them? Did you send them a seed? I don't see no comments. What about other people that have been in your life that have been mentors or leaders to you? Did you sow a seed to them when you got your stimulus check? Yes, definitely not wasting them, being faithful to my ministry, investing in me, investing in many. Absolutely. This is the time to invest. Sow seed, sow seed. And I don't see a lot of people responding, but did you sow seed somewhere? Did you invest in something? Did you start that business? Did you hire that business coach or that life coach to help you get through these transitions in life? Did you sow to your ministry? Did you sow to your leaders? Did you send your mama some money? Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you put some money away? What did you do with those funds? Resources, you have natural resources. They're called leadership, they're called mentors, they're called coaches. Are you doing right by them? Are you investing in yourself and hearing and listening and following to the directives that are given to you? Paid all my bills up, tithe, sowed seed, invested, put money in my business, and stayed taking care of my family. Absolutely. Very good. Absolutely. Mark said, I didn't get no money. Okay. Well, when you get money, Mark, when you get money, I thought everybody got a stimulus check. I thought that's what the government said. You plant the seed so the seed can be watered and it can grow. And then after it grows and blossoms, then you have to prune it, right? We should all be doing the pruning part now. Yes, you do, April. You do right by your man of God and woman of God. And then the other part is not even just your man of God and woman of God. For all of us that are here, have you sold unto somebody else that has blessed you, that has been kind to you? It's not about the amount. It's about the heart towards, people. One of the things that I did was I sowed seed to every single person in the ministry. Every single person I sowed a seed to. Every single one of them I sowed a seed to. That's what God told me to do. That's what I did. And I sowed a seed up first to my spiritual mother, first and foremost. And my husband sowed a seed up to our spiritual father, first and foremost. And then we sowed to our partners, our covenant partners in the ministry. Doesn't matter how much it was, we still sowed seed. We sowed seed. Now it's up to them what they do. And some of them sowed seed to us. Some of them didn't. Doesn't matter. We know what we did. My question is, what did you do? How did you invest in you? How did you invest for your future? Resources are not just finances. It's knowledge. It's people. It's different things. Are you doing the things that you know that's right for you to do? Yes, Shantae, I didn't eat my seed. Thank you. Thank you. That is so important that you don't eat your seed. Everybody should have something left over. We've been getting funds. You've been working. You've been doing different things. There's no reason you shouldn't have any money. Invest, invest, invest. There's so many things out there for you to invest in. So many opportunities. So many opportunities. Sowed, invested, saved, transformed. Absolutely. Next question. We're almost out of time today, guys. If you guys are just joining, we're talking about this book, The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. We are concluding with this book today. We still have a few more days in the week to finish our group chat that we have. We're going to finish out. We're not going to just end today. Ladies that are a part of that, we're going to continue, but we're going to finish today with this conclusion of the book chat for this. The next question is, how do you fulfill your mission? I believe is what it's supposed to say. How do you fulfill your mission? How do you know what your mission is? How do you know? I know a lot of people say my ministry this and my ministry that. I'm supposed to do this and I'm called to this how do you know? How do you know what your mission is? How do you know what you're supposed to do? How do you know? In general, to the body, to people in the community, not just your church, but to the community, because we are the church. So the four walls don't define, a church. You're supposed to be the church. So what are you doing? What is your mission? How do you fulfill it? These are great questions. How do you fulfill your mission? What does that mean? What does it mean? How do you fulfill your mission? I think that I still have stuff to do. So I don't think I fulfilled it, but I'm working towards fulfilling it and making sure that we are a force to be reckoned with in the kingdom and everywhere that we go, that people know who Jesus Christ is, right? And why we are the church, and we're supposed to be representing that everywhere that we go. You can't be holier than thou on Sunday or Wednesdays and then a ratchet mess on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and dropping it like it's hot at the bars and picnics and barbecues and all that type of stuff. It's kind of hard to live a double life. Scripture says it's better for you to be hot or cold than lukewarm. No more lukewarmness. Figure it out. Pick a side. Choose. Make a decision. Let's get going so that you can go right or left. You have two choices: to get right or get left. Real simple. I'm working on my mission. I don't think it will ever end. I don't think so ever. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think that once you hit one plateau, I think God will always say, okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, next. So there's never a point where you can say mission completed until our last breath. And so I think that's a wonderful way to look at it, April, is that it will never be completed. God is going to always we're always a work in progress, always a work in progress. And so that's very important. Shantae, I believe God gives you hints along the way, highlighting what you are supposed to be doing. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that. Cree, fulfill my mission by studying the Bible, getting under accountability, listening to my leaders, not being afraid, praying, fasting, asking God how you want me to fulfill my mission. Yep. And the other part is being honest with yourself. That's very important. All that sounds wonderful, but you have to first be honest with yourself. You have to first be honest with what you like to do, what you don't like to do, and you have to deal with you, because natural and spiritual. If we don't deal with the natural person, it's hard to be super spiritual, and vice versa. You can't be super spiritual and be nasty naturally. It doesn't work. That's not balance. So you have to make sure you have a balance in your life. You don't want to be super religious. You don't want to be super carnal. You have to find balance. And balance is never going to be 50-50. Sometimes it's 80-20. Sometimes it's 60-40. It's not gonna be like this all the time. And this is what you have to learn to do in your life, right? You have to learn to have that balance. Natural, spiritual balance, family, personal, business balance. And you have to know when it's right to unplug, right? You got to unplug sometimes. You have to regroup and refocus. This isn't something that you just keep going. We're not taught to take breaks. One of the things that I've said to a lot of people that I coach is you need to take a break so you don't get broken. That means you need to schedule a weekend or 48 hours of some self-care time. That means that once every 3 months, you need to go on a mini break. That means that your family needs to go somewhere. You can't wait until you need it to do it. So take a break so you don't get broken. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Be proactive in planning. I have things planned for the rest of the year. Why? Because I know how I go. I know that I need something to motivate me to push, push, push. But I also know that I need a momcation. I know my husband needs a dadcation. I know my kids need a kidcation. I know that we need a family vacation. So there are different elements that you have to incorporate. That's called balance. So that your family doesn't get broken. You don't get broken. You don't end up in the hospital. You don't end up with ulcers and migraines and all these things because you keep chasing money and you keep chasing this and chasing that versus depending on your gifts and talents to do what needs to be done in your life, because we all have them. And if you're not doing something right and you keep having these cycles and cycles and cycles, then you have to pause and say, I need some help. I need someone to help me get this in order in my life, because that's what happens. We listen to ourselves and we don't have accountability to someone who has experience, life experience, educational experience, spiritual experience to help us get through those times. We isolate and we pull back. And we think we know, but then you have another cycle. You get another cycle. Eventually, you're going to get tired. Well, you should get tired of having these repetitive, maladaptive cycles that define insanity. Keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Keep doing the same thing. That's what it is. So you have to learn. You have to learn those things. There are people that are here, myself, my husband, we have other people that we're connected with to help coach your life to get back to where you need to go, to get and move you forward. But you have to want to be helped. You have to want to be coached. Coaching is different than going to receive counseling. Coaching is very direct. This is what you need to do. If you follow the steps, I guarantee your life will change. If you follow the steps, I guarantee your life will change. Whether it's business, whether it's health, whether it's life, if you follow the steps, I guarantee your life will change. You have to hear, listen, and follow. One more question. I think my mission changed. Fulfill my mission to the day I leave this earth. Absolutely. I think my missions change. Oh, I can't get them. I can't read all of those that fast, lady. Okay. I think my missions change, and I'm always trying to complete one. I don't think that God just changes our missions just like that. I think that the option, the absolute thing is that you complete something. You're supposed to complete a task. He's still a God of order. He's not just going to be like, shh. So you have to definitely seek him to make sure that it's really a mission and it's a ministry and it's not just you wanting to, your heart just leading you to do things for different people. You have to make sure that that is truly from God. It could just be something you want to do or you feel a certain way doing. You have to make sure, because God is a God of order always. What was the last question? Why is it important to share your testimony? Oh, that's very good. Why is it important for you to share your testimony? That's a good question to end with. Why is it important for you to share your testimony? I think it's important to help people to heal. My testimony can help you to heal. My testimony may not be able to help you in your situation, but it could give you a different perspective. Healing. A lot of times we have testimonies that we don't get through and we don't get processed because we stop in the midst of the process. We don't process through the process. We stop, we get emotional, we don't search for help. Culturally, we're told that seeing a therapist, seeing a counselor, seeing a coach, that something's wrong with you. And that's not the case. We don't get the help that we need. And then we pass these things on to our kids. One of my biggest pet peeves in counseling and therapy and coaching is when people say, oh, that's how my mama was. That's how my daddy was. So I'm the same way. And I'm just like, well, that's environmental, right? It's environmental because they taught you those behaviors. You just didn't come out the womb being a thief. You didn't come out the womb being a liar. You didn't come out the womb with all these different ailments and issues. You learn these things from your environment. Your environment shaped you. But the other part that I say is now you have the opportunity to change that. You do. If I decided that I was going to be like my environment, I would have, 4 different kids by 4 different guys. I'd be hooked on drugs. I'd be an alcoholic. There's a lot I wouldn't have an education. I'd be, if the statistics, right? The statistics, because that's how my family was. That's people I know and I grew up with. They were on drugs and they were alcoholics and they were abusers and all this type of stuff. And this is the environment that I grew up in. So I can't say, oh, my daddy, my mama, my this, my that. I can't say that because at some point in time, you take responsibility for what you do and you change it. You make a different decision. So how I was raised, my children are not being raised because I made the decision. The generational curse that they say, it's not just passed down to you like, oh, you're going to be an alcoholic because your daddy was and your uncles were. No, I decided that I'm not. And I'm not. I made the choice. Even though that's the environment that I grew up in or knew of, I made a choice. You also have the ability to make a choice. You may need some help along the line to make better choices, but you do. Now, I'm not talking about people that are alcoholics and it's disease. That's different. That's different. There are mental health issues, and then there are some things that are choices. Some people are so engulfed in it. That was their coping mechanism, that now their body functions with alcohol or drugs and stuff like that. And they need a whole nother level of intervention. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about these decisions that you make. Oh, I'm like this because of my mom. Oh, I'm like this because of my dad. Oh, I'm depressed because that's how my mama was. Those are the things. There are certain things that you do have control over. And I challenge you to look into you to figure that out and then get help. We're here to help. That's what we're about. Legacy Life Changers. We're here to help you change your life. The motto is change your cycles, change your life. Change your cycles, change your life. Legacy Life Changers. Pretty simple, guys, right? It takes time and it takes effort. And it's going to cost you something because think of that, it's an investment in you. We spend money and doing all this other stuff, but have you invested in yourself? Have you invested in doing better the next go round? Have you done those things for yourself and your family? Because until I'm a better me, I can't help you. It's real talk. I didn't see the answers. It's important to tell your testimony to others because what you have then can help someone else. Absolutely. So that others don't have to be tested. Absolutely. And that is it right there, April. If I tell you what I've gone through and I'm telling you and I'm coaching you and I'm explaining to you and I'm leading by example, that means you don't have to go down the path that I went through. My job is to protect you from enduring what I've endured. Your job is to hear, listen, and follow. You're grown and you can do what you want, but if you do those three things, can you go back to Juwan? People are overcome by the power of your testimony. It may save someone's life. Absolutely. 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 We're going to have one day, we're just going to give testimonies. I can't wait for that day to come. Sign up for your business coaching service. This is good. I have no entrepreneurs in the family, and I need to understand how to run it correctly so that I will help bring generational wealth into my children's life. Absolutely. You got to make a change. Pre-Bradley, you will benefit greatly. Absolutely. It works. She's been coaching me for. Oh, you guys are sweethearts. Thank you, love. I appreciate it. Everybody needs help. Nobody has all the right answers. You know what? I don't have any entrepreneurs in my family that I could look up to. I mean, I got some people in my family that made some money, but they didn't do it the right way, right? Most of my cousins and family members have business. They have small businesses. They're doing their thing. They're taking care of their families. We're not doing what we were taught to do. We're not hustling the streets like we were taught and grew up. We all have legitimate jobs, degrees, families, marriages, different trade skills, because we decided that we weren't going to be like how we were raised. It's a choice. So I don't know all is just because of osmosis. I learned by trial and error. And one of my missions is to make sure to get this out to people so that there is generational wealth. I may have different goals in between, but that's part of the mission. Your mission statement doesn't change. Your mission is your mission. How you obtain that mission is different, right? And I think that we all have to figure out what our mission is, not just your ministry, but your mission in life. And my mission in life is to help people become wealthy, healthy, and whole. That is my mission. That is not going to change. Figure out what your mission is. There are so many people that are here to help. I have built a team of entrepreneurs that now know what they need to do. And guess what? They have me to assist. I don't give them all the answers because you have to learn certain things on your own, but I give you the foundation. And through the foundation, I guarantee it will work if you hear, listen, and follow. I guarantee you it will work. I had one person go from a 0 credit score to a 700 credit score in 30 days, 60 days. I think it was 60 days because they hear, listen, and follow. It's all there. We're connected to great people. We're connected to many, many people out there. And if I don't know, I know somebody that does know. I don't claim to know everything, but I surely can connect you to people if you hear, listen, and follow. I guarantee it. Healthy, wealthy, whole. Healthy, wealthy, whole. That's my mission. That's my mission unto the kingdom, to everybody. So I thank you guys for joining. We went a little bit over today. I thank you guys for joining. Thank you for reading this book with me. I am so upset that we have to finish, but I know the next book here, this is going to be something different. I think we're going to wait a week so that everybody can collect this book and get ready for it. So we're not going to do a book chat next Tuesday, but we'll reconvene in 2 weeks. Okay. Does someone have the date for 2 weeks from now so that we can make sure to get that out there? I'm trying to look on my phone, but of course my calendar don't want to come up. Anybody got the date for 2 weeks from today? So everybody can make sure to get your book. You can get it from Target, Amazon. You can even download it. I love the Audible. This is something that really touched my heart from the very first chapter, dealing with Hannah. I hope that you guys can be a part of this book chat. We will start on May 10th. No, we're doing it on Tuesday. Make sure it's the Tuesday date. It's May 11th. It should be May 11th if May 10th is a Monday. So May 11th, we will reconvene with this on a Tuesday evening. We're going to start doing our book chat on Tuesday. I'm going to operate in what I talk about and what I coach is I'm going to actually have a day off, which means I'm not going to do anything. And that's going to be on my Mondays now. So if you don't hear from me, you know why. I'm resting. I'm taking care of self. I'm putting it on do not disturb because we all have to have a day to ourselves. Whatever that is to you, I challenge you. Please join our self-care challenge, okay? We are doing 21 days of self-care, ladies and gentlemen. Every night on Facebook on L.O.V, I ask questions about what you did for your self-care. Please join, please comment, please share, please be a part, engage, learn to do something different. Be accountable to somebody. I'm here to help. Thank you guys. Let's remember, at the end of the day, let everything you do, we do it in love. Have a great night. Thank you guys. Peace. Love you. Bye-bye.